From the windswept barrens, from their breathtaking ocean cities, they come. Brave warriors gathering forth in noble tradition, battling for Ascension. The greatest among them will be crowned Emperor.
Hi, this is Douglas E. Perry, Editor-in-Chief of IGN Xbox, with Unreal Championship 2, the Liandri conflict. Epic Games has made a very unusual game, blending first and third person camera's perspectives and mixing shooting and melee combat. The development team has taken about 2 years to make a game that's very, very different from any of the Unreal Championships or tournaments that you've seen before on the PC or on consoles. It's really hard to compare to anything because it's not like anything. What we have here is a combat game, a fighting game, a shooter, something to play with your friends. You know, this isn't God of War, okay? This is a melee game, this is a fighting game. This is an original, innovative, and genuinely unique experiment that Epic Games has made and that's worked. And the single player campaign is good. It's sort of a training ground for you to get into the multiplayer, but Epic's done an excellent job of inserting smart, immersive AI that reacts to your patterns. Good, solid, medium to small maps. You're never really alone for too long. Of course, you can put bots in all you want. You can put up to 8 bots or 7 other bots. There's Ascension Rights, there's Tournament, and there's Challenges. Those are the 3 kinds of single-player modes. Ascension Rights is basically the story that follows Animus. Selket, his former lover, is holding the tournament and he decides to jump in. She doesn't want him to jump in. What's interesting about the single-player mode is it's not just a bunch of levels that are deathmatch. The Epic doesn't waste your time with crappy dialogue. Some of it's a little stupid, but it's always quick and to the point. Some of it's funny, and there is swearing. You'll get a mixture of levels. You'll get a mixture of modes. So whether you play on any one of the 5 levels of difficulty, you might go into a mode and you might go into, say, the 3rd or 4th level. All of a sudden you've got only sniper rifles and they're one-shot kills. So all of a sudden you're in a new mode, you're doing something different, and then after that, it's just like a melee combat. They really mix up the pace, they really mix up the variety of levels, and so you never really feel like you're playing the same thing over and over and over again. That's really a multiplayer game in disguise. They do a really good job. And the hardest thing is to get used to the controls. It's not like you're really playing a first-person shooter. It's not really like you're playing a fighting game. It's a mixture between the two. You have a targeting device, which by pressing down one of the analog buttons will tether you to an enemy, so it allows you to sort of separate them from the pack. This is good because because when there's 7 other guys on the screen and you want to just target one guy, by pressing the L trigger, you're all of a sudden able to reflect with your melee weapon any kind of shot that comes your way, whether it's a sniper shot or a grenade. And I've actually won whole tournaments just by using that. There's a regular jump, there's a double jump. You can jump off walls for additional air. There's a wall dodge where you ping pong up narrow vertical alleys. And there's a jump attack. Jump up into the air and then press your right trigger and you'll zoom, 50 feet across the screen to attack him. If you stun somebody, you can pull off a coup de grace, which is kind of like a fatality. That's what this game's all about, is destroying your opponent. It will take some time to pick up on, and so I think there's a steep learning curve. But once you get used to it, you're going to really love it. The other parts of single-player mode include Tournament and Challenges. Tournaments, basically, you pick anybody and you fight them. Challenges gives you about a really tough set of 15 matches where the odds are really stacked against you. If you beat this mode, you're really good. And you're ready for multiplayer action. And multiplayer is the thing, right? You can play up to 8 players, and what you'll be playing is deathmatch, team deathmatch, survival, capture the flag, plus some new ones, overdose, and nollie slaughter. As far as online play goes, it's good stuff. We played on System Link, we played online, and there's very little lag at all. The only really downside, and this is just a technical thing, is that sometimes waiting to get into a match takes a long time. The ranking system is based on the game's first 5 levels of difficulty. So when you go online, if you're playing in Adept or Experienced or Godlike, you're going to be able to play someone at that level. And if you play people who are worse than you, then it'll actually lower your rating. So you're always going to want to play with guys higher than you. Unreal Championship 2's graphics are fantastic. The sound is actually very good as well. The graphics are just basically the result of sophisticated technology. This game has 3 or 4 times the geometry of Unreal Tournament 2004. It's got fantastic lightings. It's got very particular lightings, very specialized shaders on the characters. In terms of showing off your Xbox, Unreal Championship 2 does it. All in all, I'd say this is a fantastic fighting/shooting game, but I think that people have to understand that it's not for everybody. It doesn't have a strong single-player game, although the single-player does really train you for multiplayer, and it's very good at doing that. You're going to really have to check this out on your own. However, for what it does, Unreal Championship 2, the Liandri conflict does a great job. In fact, we're rating it a 9.3. It's not for everybody, again, but for those people who love the fight, who love to go online, who have friends they just wait and go online with, this is your game.
His file says he comes from a strong line of champions, but he hasn't had much success.
He's a coward. 10 years ago, he dropped out of the tourney and ran like a dog.
Joined the Legion, I see. Left his young bride behind as well. But you knew that, didn't you?
Just take care of it.
Oh, we will. No need to worry.